What's good? It is your girl, Aynjewl Faycc, right here in this video. What I want to come at y'all with today is basically my story up till now. So a lot of y'all never heard of me, okay? So let me fill you in. Aynjewl Faycc, yes, it's spelled very weird. AYNJEWLFAYCC. Who gonna remember that? Well, I made it up when I was 14, and I made it different because you know what? There's so many businesses around the globe. I had to make something unique, and I knew nobody, even if this rapper's out there named Aynjewl Faycc, would not have my spelling. Of course, that made it hard for you as, consumers to be searching for me. But the deal with that is I made it real simple by saying who raps? Aynjewl raps at AynjewelRaps.com. And that's spelled regular. That's spelled regular. So when I say AynjewelRaps.com, it's just the way that you know how to spell it. What I want to get y'all with today is the story. The story up until now. Started a long time ago when I was 9 years old with my baggy pants on, acting all tomboyish and all that. My actual first rap album was called In the Classroom. I made this autobiography in 6th grade on my 4-track, and I played it for the class. I had bought some singles back in the day, some pop singles. They included the instrumental tracks. So I used those instrumental tracks, the first instrumentals I was really able to get a hold of. By the time I was in 8th grade, I decided to do something similar. It was for a history report, the Battle at Chickamauga, and my social studies teacher liked it so much he actually called me back because in high school we had blocks. So that meant that this same class was going on at a different time during the day. So I went to that class and did it again, and he told me, go tell the guidance counselor, come and watch. I was like, all right. So guidance counselor came and watched. Come to find out, she had her husband who did audio engineering, recording, things like that. So I went into that studio, the first studio I went. My mom had to come because I was under 18. And we did, my In the Classroom tracks, the ones that were appropriate. It was called Just Another Face in the Clouds by Aynjewl Faycc. That one I put out when I was in maybe 9th grade, the first year in high school. So yeah, I started doing my own thing. I started making my own beats on Fruity Loops right after I had put out Just Another Face in the Clouds. And although I did make copies of that CD, I didn't really sell too many of them. My next album that I put out was called Streetlight. And I made like all the, every song on there had its own little picture, and it had its own little description about the song and how it was, where it was recorded, because I did start to do some in-studio stuff. So these were in-studio things before I knew how to do any professional sound recording, but I did use my own beats. And I'm talking some good-ish. That's why I put them out. I wanted y'all to be like, wow, this girl's coming from this. Wow, these are the things she used to say. I like to write from my realizations in life. Even though you have more realizations as you get older, it's not as cool. Like when you're young and you have these ideas and understandings about life, like it's really cool. And that's what makes you stand out. I drove this pink caddy with the license plate sister. I was dressing like this. At that point, when I was just like at the end of the high school and I had put out my Streetlight album, it was really hard to sell. Now I was pushing the green, okay? But I couldn't really push the albums. It was difficult, man. It was really difficult. I didn't know what I was doing. I really didn't. But I had confidence because of what I was saying. I knew what I was saying was timeless. And that's why I still put that out now. The next album I put out after the Streetlight album was the Intermission album. This was like the intermission from, before Christ and when you in it. I put out the Intermission album when I was going to Musicians Institute, and I recorded it, in those studios, and with that knowledge, I got the UPC code, but that's why the Intermission album actually says the real date that it was released because I was able to get that code. I sent in physical copies to Amazon at that time. The Friday night collabs that I was doing while I was in Cali, I made a couple collabs with some local artists that I had, connected with. I never really put out the Friday night collabs. I was also hoping to get more tracks on it. The Crossback album came after the Intermission because that was my Crossback. It was like, yeah, I went and I tried to do this Christian thing and it was like labeled out all cool, but then the Crossback was like, wait a sec, that ain't me. I'm a spiritual person. I don't put labels on stuff. That's not how I roll. So my Crossback was the Crossback to me being me and who I am. The commercial mixtape album was my attempt at trying to get people used to my voice and my sound, because I thought that once they heard my voice over tracks that they were familiar with, then they will be more open to hearing my voice over some of the beats that are unfamiliar to them as well. After all the BS, I put out the Synergic Cosmos, and I was really happy about that because Synergic Cosmos was such a cool name. I was able to get like some mainstream sounds and integrate some mainstream flow into it without really changing, me putting out certain messages within tracks. Like I still have some tracks that I'm proud about the messages I'm putting out. Now, we bringing you up to speed now. We are ready for the Black Heart album to be dropped. It is 2020, but it won't be dropping until 2021. Black Heart, the first single off this whole thing that's gonna start to erupt, is coming out on December 4th. So get your pants on or take them off. And there was like 3 video shoots for this video coming out on December 11th. And I just wanted to catch y'all up on the speed because I'm gonna be putting out content for like the next 3 years. Alright, so pay attention because it's going down. Aynjewl Faycc Has.